Thank you so much for joining us, Leah. So what kinds of pains do you see clients come in with because of their desk or their office job?
Yeah, all kinds of pain. Predominantly, I'd say the neck is the worst area that I see by far the most. After that, lower back, and then oftentimes wrist and even hip injury or pain. Yeah.
Wow. So how common is it that people come in with these pains?
Very common, but I think a lot more people suffer from it without actually getting treatment. They're often probably going for maybe massages, or they have a massage gun at home. But they'll come into physio, get a few exercises, and find it makes a big difference.
What can office workers do, people with desk jobs do to avoid this pain?
Yeah, absolutely. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? So it's best to avoid these things before they get really bad. So listen to your body in terms of those whispers they're sending you, right? So a huge issue here is posture at the workplace, particularly with our neck. So what I often find people are doing is they often have a bad workplace setup. And then compounded with that is they're just not moving enough throughout the day. So especially as people have moved to the home, right? And they're split between home and work. They'll have different setups from place to place. One place will kind of suck, another place will be a little bit better. But oftentimes what I find is people just aren't scheduling in those breaks that they need throughout the day. So I'd say working in movement snacks throughout the day.
I love that.
30 to 60 minutes, it's a good idea to get up, get moving. Oftentimes when we're at the work desk, we have to get up and talk to people. At home, sometimes we don't have those excuses 100%. To get up and get moving, right? There's no water cooler to stand around and chat with people.
I love the workplace walking snack. That's a great thought. So, you know, we also hear a lot about posture, or at least I do for sure. Even when you were talking about neck, I felt myself straighten my back. How important is our posture in all of this?
I'd say posture, while it can be important, there is no perfect posture. So you have to remember that everybody's good posture is going to be a little bit different, but the biggest thing is that you're moving throughout the day. I always like to tell people your best posture is your next posture, which helps you just kind of think about moving a little bit more throughout the day. So when you do start getting uncomfortable, don't think, oh, it's because I'm not sitting perfectly upright. Because if you're sitting like this all day, it's kind of like walking around with a clenched fist, right? These muscles get tight, and we're just not moving enough.
Wow. That's definitely something that I'm going to have to start thinking of, because I often am like, oh, my posture is bad. That's why, you know, I'm having this pain. Okay, so is there some stretches that we could maybe do to incorporate into our day to help with this pain that we can do while we're at work, whether that be in the office or at home?
Absolutely there are. And as you might guess, I'm more towards the dynamic movement sort of side of things, as opposed to sitting and holding into your stretches, because you want to get your heart rate up a little bit. And a key thing is getting your muscles contracting and relaxing. So for our neck especially here, what I love is my YTW stretch. So I like to start right up in the front here. I come all the way up, squeezing those shoulder blades down and back.
Oof.
Coming back forward, squeezing those shoulder blades close together into a T position.
I can tell I need
coming
this.
out into a W, absolutely, and squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. And do that a few times. I like to rep it out here.
Is there a number that we should be doing?
I always shoot for around 9 to 12 of these ones here, but it's kind of an arbitrary number. Just get a few done every hour and you'll feel a lot better.
Just doing it is better than nothing.
Anything is better than nothing.
And then what are some other ones?
Yep, so the next one here that I love is a good morning. So it helps you get your back moving, your hips moving here. So what I like to do is I come back like this, scoot those hips back, and then come forward. Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing this in heels.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
I maybe wouldn't next time.
Yeah, and you're just kind of scooting those hips back like you're trying to close the door behind you.
And you have one more.
And I've got one more. This one here is called a squat. Okay, and you want to kind of sit back into your heels and then power up. Good, and this just gets kind of all your major muscle groups working, gets them warm, gets your heart rate up a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
my
sure
heart
you can
is
already hear it in my voice a little bit there.
Me too.
It just gets all your major joints moving as well.
Well, this is great. Thank you so much for this, Leah. I will definitely be incorporating those into my day, even though right now I kind of feel a little bit tired.
Perfect. Awesome.